Hi friends, hope you all are doing fine today. So I'm come here today again with another video. Today we are going to make a new soap. This soap is again for kids, and the special thing about this soap is that it's an antibacterial and an antifungal kid soap. Basically kids tend to develop small children especially tend to develop a lot of fungal infections, rashes on their skin. So this soap I have come up with today is specially for kids with very sensitive skin who tend to get these rashes quickly, itching on the body. So this is a very good soap for them. For that I have taken a blend of oils here. The oils that I have taken and the entire recipe will be in the description box for whoever is interested to give this soap a try. And here in our lye solution I have taken milk and lye. We haven't taken we haven't mixed it with water, it's mixed with milk. And for our the ones who are making cold processed soap, who are beginners in making cold processed soap, I would like you to watch my video on how we add lye with the milk and other liquids before you actually start making soaps like these which contain milk, since the procedure is a little different from mixing lye with water. So here we have our mixture, our milk and lye mixed together. So we can start with the making of the soap now. Okay, so here I'm going to mix my oats in my oils. Now oats is extremely moisturizing for the skin. It is basically a skin softener to keep your skin very soft and supple. So we'll mix this now with the oils. I'll just give it a mix with the blender. Okay, so here I have finished mixing my oats in the oils, and now I will be putting in some bentonite clay. Now the properties of this bentonite clay is extremely good for it's like a antifungal agent, where if you have any type, as I said, kids generally tend to get a lot of rashes and all on the skin. They play out a lot of bacteria, fungal infections. So this is extremely good for curing that. Bentonite clay, you can also check out on Google. You can see the benefits of this clay. It's extremely good for the skin. So we'll blend this as well with the oils. Okay, so now I have blended the bentonite clay as well in this. So now it's time to pour our lye into the oils. The lye is cooled down well, so we can add it to the oils. And now we'll blend this till we reach a light trace. Here I'm not adding any type of color or any titanium dioxide to lighten the color, because I want to keep this all natural, since this soap is going to be used by kids. So I don't want to use any other chemicals or anything in the soap. I'm trying to keep it as much natural as I can. Okay, so now I will add my essential oil in this. For the soap I'm using lavender essential oil, which is again very good. A soothing, calming effect the lavender oil gives, and with the calming effect it is also equally an antibacterial, it has antibacterial properties, so again which is very good for the skin. So I'll be adding the lavender essential oil for this, and I'll just give this a blend. Okay, so now we have already reached trace. For people who don't know what is trace, if you just leave the soap on top, and if it leaves a line, like a trail type of a thing, that is how you come to know your soap has reached trace and it's time for you to put it in the mold. So let us fill up the soap in the mold now. Okay, we have put the soap in the mold. Okay, so now we have filled up the batter in the mold and I'm just giving it some texture here. If you are not interested in texturing your soap, you can just leave it as it is. You can just give it a plain texture. I find texturing the soap makes it look very nice once you cut the soap. So I'm just giving it some flip-flop texture here. Nothing specific, just how I feel. Okay, so I have given this texture here. I'm done with that. And now we need to keep this soap in the mold for another 18 to 20 hours before we cut the soap. So we will keep it now, and I'll be back again when we are doing the cutting of this soap. Okay, so now we have unmolded the soap. It's been about 20 hours, I guess, 18 to 20 hours, and it's hardened up very nicely. Now we'll just start with the cutting. I'll just show you how we do that. I hope you all can hear that noise that just came. I don't know, it just started happening. Alright, so this is how our milk and oat soap looks from the inside. It's gelled very well, it's got a nice color. Yesterday when we had put it in the mold, it was a little darker in shade, if you see. But I think once it's dried, it's got this nice light cream color shade. We did not even need to put any titanium dioxide to lighten it. It's just naturally lightened, so that's a good thing. And as I have told you all, this is an antibacterial soap, especially for kids. So you can definitely give this a try by making it at home. The recipe is also shared with you all in the description box. And in my next video, I will be showing you all an antibacterial soap for the elder people, for the adults. So please, if you like my videos and if you're enjoying watching it, please like and subscribe and press the bell icon so that you get all the latest updates, the videos that I come up with. Okay, so this is it with our oats and milk soap. And also friends, I would like you all to know that these soaps will be available next month, because cold processed soaps, as you know, take about 4 to 6 weeks of curing. So after which this will be available even on Amazon if you're interested to buy it from there, or if you directly want to buy it, the details will be left in the description box, where you can WhatsApp and place your order. And do let me know how you're liking my videos, if they are of any help to you. Are you learning something out of it? And as I said, if you like my videos, please like, subscribe and press the bell icon. Thank you so much, and we'll meet next time with a new video on our antibacterial soap for the adults. Thank you.